Hi everyone, I'm Lou, and today we are going to make the cosplay of Ambre Tombétoile together. If you don't know who Ambre is, I have a full video on her story. I will link it above and below. She's a troubadour. I will tell you more about her while we're sewing. But what you need to know right now is that she's 19. She wears only white garments because her king, the Potbelly, decided that for her when she was a child, and she never deviated from it because I think she feels a little loyalty toward her king. She needs to have a big range of motion because she's an acrobat too. So she needs loose clothing. I'm making her a shirt, which is inspired by a 16th century shirt, a baggy pair of pants, and a pair of shoes, which I don't own medieval shoes, so I decided to make a pair. That's it. Let's go. Let's start sewing. Okay, let's make shoes. I've got this pattern. Yeah. Which I took from a website, then made it to my size. I made a mock-up, so it's good. Now I'm going to cut it into this faux leather and make a shoe. It's the first time I'm ever making a shoe, so I'm kind of excited. So I started by tracing and cutting my pattern in my faux leather. This type of shoe is called a turn shoe because you sew them the wrong side out and then turn them the right side out. It's usually made of leather and was commonly used in medieval time. Ambre is wearing them because it's a comfortable and cheap shoe to make, perfect for traveling long distances. I then pinned the upper of the shoe while it was draped on my foot so it would be the right size, and I sewed this seam. Next, I proceeded to pin the upper and the sole of the shoe. I don't know why, but it doesn't work. Here, there's a gap. Shouldn't be a gap. What do I do? What did I do? Where did I went wrong? um, okay. I don't want to unpin it and pin it back again because it makes little holes in the fabric. But in the other way, I don't know what to do if I don't unpin it. Maybe if I unpin just half of it, maybe. I don't know. I unpinned and repinned the front half to mend the gap. It worked! It's a very prickly shoe. But it's a shoe. I then sewed the upper to the shoe and it was done. Okay, we got shoes. Well, almost. We got to turn them around. Let's go. Okay, so they don't look like real shoes. But, I mean, tell me. I have my pants pattern here from Dr. Kos, I don't know. It's a website, I'll link it down below. Uh, I have my cotton sheet for the outer layer, a lighter cotton for the inner layer, the lining, and I think I've got everything, so let's make pants. For the pants, I started by pinning and cutting the pattern in my two fabrics. I didn't cut on the fold even though the pattern said to do so because I want to insert pockets in the side seams. This pair of pants is a very modern harem pants pattern, but harem pants existed in Persia 2000 years ago. Pants are more practical than skirts when it comes to doing saltos and other stunts, and Ambre adopted them when she came across a nation where women wore such garments. Okay, so now I need the leg cuffs. I don't know the parts that go around here. I'm just gonna tape it. See how much it is. 29 centimeters. 28. 28 centimeters, and I'm going to do as wide as this. So I'm gonna take this and fold it at 28 centimeters. 28, yeah. And ta-da! We got cuffs. Thingies to cut. Two of them. To make a pocket, you take your hand or your phone or your anything, and you trace a potato around it. I think I'm going to do this with my left hand because so you take your hand, you take you and you trace like a big potato around it. Okay, now beware, said potato needs to have one flat side. And there you are. You have a pocket. It's not big enough. Not big enough. Not big enough. I'm going to do you big enough. Here. Pocket. Now you do that 4 times. You got 4 pockets. But work smarter, not harder. Just pin this to another piece of folded cotton fabric, folded fabric, and cut it. We got the lining, the pants, the principal part of the pants, another one, the pockets, the belt, and the cuffs. Ta-da! Now let's pin it together. Okay, it's all pinned together. I'm going to sew them now. I put in the pockets, so they're sewed in, but because it's an essential part of putting pants together, you have to sew the pockets first. Let's sew. Let's sew them together. Okay, so everything is sewn. So now we have really big pants. I need to do the same thing for the lining. And then we can gather everything, put the lining inside, and sew the belt and the cuffs. It worked. We have big pants. After sewing the lining, I sewed gather on the cuffs and belts, then gathered the pant into said cuff and belts. Good morning. So yesterday I made two mistakes. The first one is right here. This should be on the other side. And the second one is also visible here. I should have sewn this here and not that, because that is the inside and not the outside. So I should have sewn the outside first and then the inside. So it's time to remove the seams I made yesterday. Hi, Kitty. I pin it back on the right side this time. Next, I sewed the outside, then the inside with a stitch in the dish. So it is almost done. I just need to do the finishes by hand and put the buttons in. And that's it. We have a pair of pants. Hey. Okay. So I have a pair of pants, of trousers. I don't know which one to say. I don't know which one is the correct one for me. So a pair of pants, a pair of shoes, That's that. That's done. So now we need a shirt, and for the shirt, I will use yet another sheet. And I won't use a pattern because I'm going off a video and improvising a little bit for this one because I've made a lot of shirts, and I'll link the video down below if you want to see the tutorial I use for my other shirts. But this one I'm gonna improvise a little bit, make a piece across the shoulders and flounces right above the bust, so it will be poofy, and of course poofy sleeves. And I think that's it. Let's go. First, I'm taking a few measurements on myself, such as the shoulder, the arm length, the length of the shoulder piece, and the length of the bottom piece. Next, I'm tracing and cutting the pattern pieces on my fabric. This shirt is heavily inspired by 16th century man's shirt, with my own little twist on it to give it a little feminine touch. Ambre loves this puffy sleeved garment that complements her movement while she juggles or plays the harp, without interfering with her hand. Indeed, the cuffs keep them free of moving the way they please. I then take the shoulder piece, mark its middle, and cut out a T-shape in the middle for the head. I then procrastinated answering the hem of the T by making the gather on the body of the shirt. Next, I put the sleeves together, starting by attaching the gusset, sewing the main seam, and then gathering them into the cuff. I then sewed by hand the cuffs and the neck. After inserting the neck gusset, I sewed the gathered body to the shoulder piece and then set the collar. Finally, I inserted the sleeve and sewed the side seam. Here it is. It's over. It's almost complete. I just need a few buttons and buttonholes and a hem, and we are done. So I guess it's time for the reveal. of it. It's not perfect. The right shoe is a bit wonky. This seam should be right up there, and it's like done there. Not like I pictured it, but it's fine. It's okay. The pants are super comfy. The most comfortable things I've ever worn. um, what else? That's it. I made Ambre Tombétoile as an outfit. Thank you for watching my video. Please like and subscribe if you liked it so you don't miss the next one. See you soon. Bye!